Ooh. Take a look at this word, yellow. Is it a noun, a verb, or an adjective? Which one do you think it is? Hey, if you like getting grammar tips like this, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel right down there. Okay, so the answer is the word yellow could be all three. Okay, it could be a noun like this. Yellow is my favorite color. Yellow is my favorite color. Actually, it's not my favorite color, but it's one of my favorite colors. I love yellow because the sun is yellow, right? And I love the sun. How about you? What's your favorite color? Okay, it could also be an adjective. She has a yellow car. Okay, here it's an adjective because it's describing the word car. What kind of car is it? It's a yellow car. Okay, now it can also be a verb. Did you know that? Look at this sentence. In Calgary, the leaves on the trees yellow quickly in the fall. The leaves on the trees yellow quickly. Yellow, that's the verb. Okay, that means turn yellow. The leaves turn yellow quickly in the fall. Actually, that's true. Here in Calgary, it's pretty quick. It could be summer one week, and then the next week, it's winter. Okay, so the leaves are all nice and green. And then next week, the leaves are all yellow and brown. The grass is dead. There might be snow on the ground. Okay, so the weather can swing really quickly here in Calgary especially, and other parts of Canada as well. It can go from winter to summer, and there's no spring. Or it can go from summer to winter, and there's no fall. Okay, so I really like spring, so it's a bit unfortunate. Sometimes the winter goes so long, and then suddenly it's summertime. Now, the reason I made this lesson today was to show you that sometimes words can change parts of speech. Okay, what is a part of speech? That's like nouns, verbs, adjectives, prepositions, conjunctions. Those are called parts of speech. And very often a word usually takes one form, right? It might always be a noun or always be a verb. And then suddenly, if it changes forms, it sort of confuses you, right? So if you see this, yellow is usually a noun or an adjective, but suddenly it became a verb. So it can be a little bit confusing. Now, the word yellow is not usually used in this way. This is a pretty rare use of the word yellow, but it's possible. It's totally possible. You might see it in writing, or you might hear it, if you're listening to a conversation, you might hear this used as a verb. Okay, so sometimes that can be really confusing. Have you ever been confused by this before? I have, and I'm a native English speaker. Sometimes I see a word and I think, whoa, what's that noun doing as a verb? That shouldn't be there, but sometimes it is. Okay, so let's take a look at a few more examples of how this happens or when it happens. Okay, look at the word bus. Is the word bus a noun or a verb? Well, a noun is a person, place, or thing, right? Is a bus a thing? Yes, a bus is a thing, so it's a noun. But bus can also be a verb. Look at this. I take the bus to work every day. Okay, this is a noun, all right? I take the bus to work every day. But look at this. I bus it to work every day. Okay, here, bus is a verb. I bus it. I bus it. Now, why is the word it here? Well, I put it there because it sounds a little bit more natural to me. Okay, sometimes words can just be added into a sentence to make it more natural. Native English speakers know how to do that. And very often English learners don't really know how to do that, and it's very hard to learn, but if you just keep learning a little bit, just like this I'm showing you here, then you might remember it for next time, okay? I bus it. That means I take the bus to work. Now, you could take this word out. You could say, I bus to work every day. I bus to work every day. That's okay too. But I think it sounds a little bit more casual to say, I bus it. I bus it to work every day, okay? Now, we can't do this with every word in English. Only some words are flexible like this, okay? For example, look at this. I subway it to work every day. Can you say that? Well, no. It's really unnatural. I mean, if you said this, I would understand it, but it's not natural. You wouldn't hear a native English speaker say this, okay? So why can we use the word bus as a verb and not subway? Well, I don't know. That's English. Okay, English doesn't make sense a lot of the time. That's why you have to watch Mad English TV to learn these kinds of things, okay? Now, we could use it with maybe some other forms of transportation. I'm just thinking, I bike it to work every day. Yeah, I take my bike to work. You could say, I bike to work, or I bike it to work every day. But you can't say, I car to work every day, or I train to work, or I plane to work, or I rickshaw to work every day. If you're in India, you could probably say that. I rickshaw to work every day. That might work. Okay. So with a lot of these kinds of things, I don't even know why it can work or not work. Like, that's the problem. Native English speakers can feel when it's natural or unnatural. So you just have to learn these things slowly, one lesson at a time. Every morning, wake up, watch one lesson here at Mad English TV, and slowly you will understand these kinds of things. You'll be able to speak this way yourself, okay? Now, we can also do this with these words like Facebook, Google, Skype. These are nouns, but we could change them to verbs, okay? For example, remember to Facebook me after you arrive. If you're going on a trip somewhere, I could say, remember to Facebook me after you arrive. That means remember to send me a message on Facebook after you arrive. Okay, so when nouns change to verbs, that's called verbing. Okay, so usually Facebook is always just a noun, right? It can't be any other part of speech. But when people use it as a verb, that's called verbing. When you take a noun and then you sort of make it into a verb. Okay, let's take a look at another example. I'm winterizing my car. Okay, so you might see some strange words like this that are made from a noun and they're being used as a verb. Okay, I'm winterizing my car. What does this mean? Winterizing means you're getting your car ready for the winter. Okay, so here in Canada, a lot of people winterize their cars in like October or November before the snow hits. So that means like preparing your car for the winter. You might put on some winter tires, or you might put in some antifreeze windshield washer fluid. You know the stuff you use to clean your windows? That's called windshield washer fluid. In the winter, that will freeze. Okay, that'll freeze and it might damage your pipes in your car, or it might damage the tank. Okay, so you need to buy antifreeze windshield washer fluid. Okay, that means it won't freeze in the winter. On the jug, it will say windshield washer fluid with antifreeze, minus 40 degrees. Okay, so then if you have your car parked outside, even if it's minus 40 degrees outside, it won't freeze. You'll be fine. You can clean your windows, all fine. Okay, so that's what winterizing means. You need to know how to winterize your car if you come to Canada. Okay, so there's another example of a noun being turned into a verb. Or look at this example. I'm lotioning up my skin. I'm lotioning up my skin. Lotion is a noun, right? You use lotion if you want to have soft skin. Well, we could make it into a verb. I'm lotioning up my skin. Now look at this. Why did I put the word up here? Well, I don't know. I did it because it sounds natural to me. Okay, could we take it away? I'm lotioning my skin. Yeah, you could say that, but I think it sounds better with the word up. Okay, so that's why I just added that little word in here, okay? You will learn how to do this. Just be patient, relax, and like I said, just watch one lesson every day, and in a few years, you'll be speaking like this for sure. I'm just lotioning up my skin. What are you doing? I'm lotioning up my face. Okay, I'm moisturizing my face. Okay, so these kinds of things, they just take time to learn. There are no grammar rules. You can't learn, a grammar rule of when a noun can become a verb. It's a waste of time. Don't even try learning rules because there are no rules about that. It just has to do with feeling. You have to feel the language. Okay, so I want to know, have you ever been confused about this before? Have you ever seen a word and wondered, why is that being used in this situation? I thought it was a different part of speech. Now it's functioning in this role. It's like wearing a different hat. Usually a word wears like a blue hat. Suddenly the word is wearing a red hat. You're thinking, why is it wearing a red hat? It's always a blue hat word. Well, it just happens sometimes, and it can be really confusing. So I wanted to make this lesson to help you know that it can be confusing. Okay, so if you come across this situation, just relax. Just relax. This is English. Just try to figure it out. Most of the time, the meaning is still the same. Okay, and you can figure it out. If someone is winterizing their car, you can sort of figure it out. Or if leaves are yellowing, okay, then yeah, it's just going to have that same meaning. It's not some different meaning. I mean, that's also possible. But most of the time, don't think too much. Just try to understand the meaning of the sentence and hopefully, just hope for the best. That's all I can say. Anyway, let me know if you've been confused by this. Give me some examples down there in the comments, and I'll see you over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.